Hello and welcome back. I'm Joe, and this is Farming Simulator 25. We have a little bit of money in the bank, and I have a very big plan for that will take us all day, so it's nice and early, so we can get it done. Money. Money, money, money. It will always be a problem in the beginning. It's just how it is, and it's just your decision how long you want to grind it out. I don't. I don't want to grind it out very, very, very long. I would like to get a couple things done, but for that, there is well, there's a path, and I do understand that you probably can't see much, but here's the grass when you actually turn it off, and yeah, it's a little better. That's fine. But we have our farm sitting over here, or a farmstead, I suppose, and there's something missing. And once I place that, you know exactly what we're going to do today. But you probably don't know how we're going to do it because there are several different machineries available that we could throw into this. But I have very high hopes that we can fill up this yonder. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. That we can fill up this wonderful little silage pit with everything that we're going to do today. Is that realistic? I don't know. But is that what we're going to do today? Yes. Oh, you can snap them together. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. That makes it much easier down the road to actually put something in here. And you can only do that in the toggle free mode. Very interesting. But yeah, we plopped that one down because now the fun is going to start. And the fun is going to include getting stuff from... Whoa. That was just something very different than this one. What is this guy? This is the mulcher. Okay. Look at this machinery. Still 400,000 for 44% off. Beautiful. This is not what we're going to play with. What we are going to play with is silage. Yeah, silage makes a lot of money, and I have decided that this little Lacotech of a width of not very much is just not going to cut it. Yeah, it's cute, it's fine. It does a little bit of work, but it's just not big enough. We cannot handle the material that I would like to get through today with this tiny little shebang. So instead of trying to make anything happen with this Lacotech, which we still need a header for once we deploy it, we are going to rent something useful. What is useful? Anything that's cheap, and sorry, the cheapest one would be this one. And if we want to rent it, engine setup, I don't think we need anything bigger than that. But if we want to rent it, lease it, it is 23,982. Yeah, we don't want to go any bigger than this, but this is what I have a little bit of money for because it's very, very important that this works out. So we have a first friend, this little Fent. Good. The next thing we need is a forage cutter. And they are obviously in this menu. We do have the John Deere. I don't care what color we get. I care what width we get. 1.5 meters, 7.5 meters, 9 meters. Ooh, that's a big one. But the 9 meter one, I do understand that they're not technically meant for this cutter, but I don't want to spend more time than I absolutely have. So another 6,000, well, 6,500. We're now at almost 30,000 just renting equipment. It's the beginning of the day for a reason. Okay, so let's continue. After we have those, we still need something to transport it, and we are talking about transporting a buttload of materials. So the bigger, the better, because there's going to be a lot of chaff coming through this. We're going to have a humongous operation running, and I'm kind of excited for this because it should take us quite some time. First thing we have to check is that chaff can go in here, and I am not... okay, I found the icon for chaff. This one looks like it has every... There's a chaff icon. It's like the... I guess I have a mouse. It's this guy. So that looks good. This one can handle 22.2 tons. That is nice and big. 22.8 tons. Okay, this was a trailer that we actually used earlier. Don't hate it, and you're much cheaper. Volume-wise, you're the same, and you can handle chaff. We have this one that can handle a little more chaff, I think. But, oh, it's not that much more expensive, so maybe this is the right trailer that we're going to use today. I'm also considering using a lorry. I'm not sure that that's necessary, but ooh, we do have some money. I did take out extra money, and there's one truck that may actually be worth getting here. We have this, the International Eagle. Transstar 2 Eagle, if you want to be precise. It's very cheap, 45,000, and we can actually get a full truck trailer on it, which that is quite good. Because look at this one. Same price, it can transport chaff. The problem we will run into with this guy is driving over the silage heap once we have it. So that's the only thing that holds me down or holds me away from this, because yeah, if we can't drive over the silage heap that we already created, there's not much point in using this equipment. So we would be a little faster, sure. If you want to do it with the truck, you just effectively have to back up. I'm okay with backing up into it. We didn't use the correct silage pit for doing that, but I don't think I care. We don't have to purchase this. We just have to rent it for the day. Just 5,000, so we're now at 35,000. Cool. The problem is with what we're doing here, and we may be already going too big. The problem with the investment that we're putting in here is I do like the sleeper cap. I do like the extended truck look, but I don't think it helps. So we don't want the tandem long, we just want the tandem short. Sleeper cap, yeah, but no, save some money. Yep. Sun shield, definitely no. We are going for super cheap here, guys. So no. Is there a zero design? Yes, there is. Is there a beige? Is there a red? Ooh, pretty. But I like all of this. 45,000. We can actually purchase this. If we want to rent it, it's 2,000. But I think having a lorry, as we saw last time, is actually not a terrible idea. So let's use this one. But yeah, we're making silage. So we have now effectively spent 90,000-ish. I didn't exactly keep track, maybe 80,000 or so. But we are in the hole, and silage is not going to be paid back quickly. That is the problem. Let's see what our current coup d'etat is doing for us. So there's our truck. I actually forgot that I bought, not the truck, but the trailer. I kind of forgot that we bought that, so I'm glad we have it nearby to make sure everything is fine. But yeah, we are going to use the trucks on the field. If the trucks, for whatever reason, cannot handle the field or driving on the field next to the harvesters, that is okay. I will just have them. We will get a grain cart, an auger wagon, and handle that down the road. That's totally fine. But first, we have to get to our first field, which is number 43. Which there are many ways to get. Why would you drive into me? Do you know what happens to you if you drive into a forage harvester? Nothing good. So that was silly. Let's talk about lighting really quick. I like the vehicle lighting. I like the level of light that we have in general on the surface, or like all the land. I don't love the lighting from the sun, like especially during storms and during other things like that. It doesn't really do it for me, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's just that thing. Okay, I want to make sure that we're actually on the right width, which we are now. The corn is ready for us, don't worry about that. I wasn't planning on just harvesting corn with the other stuff because it just doesn't make that much money. We only have one set of light here on the Transstar. Ooh, fast car. Fast trucky. Nom, 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 nom. Come here. No, get under there. Very good. You didn't aim very well on that one, but I just like this truck. I think this one looks super. And the beauty... Oh, I forgot that there was also 60,000 for the silage pit that we had to put in. And can you imagine me just like, okay, put the silage pit in. Looks good. Yep. And now take it out, please, and give me my money back because I've already done silage. That would be hilarious if someone has to give you back money for the silage concrete that you effectively used. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how much... Look at the tracks that the forager just left. That looks amazing. The sun is coming out. Beautiful. Yeah, let's get this guy doing its thing. Hey, buddy. We brought... Who are we bringing today? Okay, there's a person on it. Can I see who the person is? It looks like Jim Bob. Okay, Jim Bob, get moving. Get trucking, as they say. You are aiming to the right thing. Good. We're just going to drive on here. Obviously, we have a little bit of an advantage because there's an actual path here that we can use. But this is going to be most of our day today. But I'm not scared. As long as the truck can handle the fields and everything else that we want to do along the way here, we should be okay. And what is the yield going to be for this thing? Remember, we're about 150,000 in the hole of leasing equipment and building that storage. I will cheat by selling and purchasing other cornfields on the map. So at the end of the day, I'm hoping that we have all cornfields that exist on the map completed. Oh, come on. You can only put it in the front? Lame. All cornfields that exist on the map completed, and the silage pit should be full. At some point, we obviously have to pick that up again and get it out of the out of the pit, but that's a problem for later. So for right now, hopefully we're just going to make a little bit of money here and see how this goes. So let's speed up the time a little bit because I would like some daylight so we can actually see something, and then we can get started and just get as much done as possible. Cool. See you when we're done. Well, as you can see, field 1 is done. Wonderful. So the truck can go back to where he needs to go, but I would like to figure out where I want this guy to go. Because simply put, let's fold this all up. There you go. Simply put, we just want to get as much as we can. And right now, let's see here. We've turned it on and off again. We have 61 we already own. There are a couple fields way up north that we can also hone into. 76 is one as well, and 85 at the very south. 51, obviously. All good fields to harvest. Right now, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, you know what? I can probably harvest 43 and 61 and 51, and then that silage pit is pretty much full. I don't think I want to go much past that. So keep that in mind. But yeah, we're going to go to field 61, I think. Nope, stop it. Stop it. I want to send you somewhere. I don't want you to work on this. Okay, that's wrong. Unfold. Thank you. If we put you on the road, are you going to figure out what I want you to do? I'll put you right here. Maybe I'll put you on the straight bit so you know where I want you to head. Right here, maybe? And then say B. Nope, it still wants to work. I don't want you to work. I want you to move. All right, fine. Talk to create a job. Yes. Select the vehicle. This one. Yes. Set destination. Absolutely. And you just need to go right here. Ideally, look that way. That'll be super. Worker stop. Target is unreachable. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Are you too far away from like a road that is usable to you? Let's try that again. Just one more time. Press create job. Yes. Select. Yeah. Create job. Select vehicle you want to create a job with. Okay. We'll go. Well, do I have to be out of the vehicle? I can be out of the vehicle. That's fine. Try it now. Press the button, set destination, go over here to field 61, and there's a road here. There's definitely a road here. There should be no problem getting there, but it's saying, wow. I swear I tried this once before and it was just working. So those things sadly still happen. A little annoying, but it is what it is. We got 2.5 full loads out of this field. And now because I don't want to drive all the way out to that field, I may just go to field 51 over here and get that one done first and see how much material we actually get out of it. Because at this point, this is not a small silage pit. Well, if that is 2.5 loads, well, it will be 2.5 loads in just a minute. If that is 2.5 loads that we already put in here, then I think to fill the bottom, we need about 10 loads, and to fill the top half of this thing, we also need another 10 loads. So 20 loads of this, we're probably not going to get out of the single field that I have going on here. Even field 51 as a large field is not going to be enough, but I guess we're just going to drive out there and see where we get all this stuff from. But it's going to be work. It's going to be work. I want to fill up that silage pit. Should I have bought the smaller one? Possibly. But that's not how we roll. But you will see all the things that we're doing in the meantime. And at the end, there's money. There is some cash waiting for us that should allow us to get all the equipment that we want for the next harvest. And, you know, we need to start planting, well, cultivating, plowing, seeding, planting, fertilizing, liming. There are so many things that we still have to do throughout the next year on the farm, because farming is a full-time job. I don't know if you were aware of that, but it most certainly is. So getting all those things done and figured out, and gosh, I love how small these roads are. I do. It is totally worth it. But it looks like there's only going to be about 2 fields in here, so that's honestly not a problem. It's just a thing. Let's go forward just a little bit. There you go, you're doing great. And then we can get out of here and try not to trample your neighbor's fields again like you did before, because that's just not very nice to do. It appears that we have a lot of fruit or a lot of vegetables already available. I wonder if we need to move those before we can get the next pallet full. Don't give me an answer, because I will find out before you tell me. But I'm looking at the shift stick down there, and that's exciting. Did you see those crazy shift sticks on the or gear stick on the old trucks that had, you know, gears all over the place, but not in sequential order or anything like that? I thought that was ridiculous. But hey, guys, get out of the way. Good job. You got off the sidewalk just before I got to you. So proud of you. Performance-wise, I haven't seen stuttering or anything else. My graphics card, the CPU, or just in general my computer is not running super hot. So I don't think it's awful as of today. I didn't see an official update by the Giants engine besides one on day 2. So maybe they fixed it in that one. Maybe just made a couple adjustments that made it good enough for now. In the end, it is very playable for me, which in the end is what matters. If you can't play it, it's very annoying, but since I can play it, it's not that annoying, right? Good. Let's talk to you, get you in here, and hopefully if I tell the worker to just do this thing, they can figure out what I want them to do. The thing is, the worker is terrible at the first turn. Just terrible. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense, but they cannot figure out how to make an efficient quick turn in a forage harvester, and I don't believe there's a way to tell them not to use a zero headland. Like, I don't want you to use a headland on this straight piece of ground, but it's going to do it anyways, and it's stupid and annoying, but it is something that we get to deal with anyways. Hopefully we can fit the whole field in this lorry, because I don't want to make extra trip unless it's absolutely necessary. So now that we're done with these 2 fields that we already own, we will get into, well, the cheaty part of this activity. Let's actually go this way, because, whoa, stay where you are. Which is renting fields. Instead of doing contracts on them, we rent them so we can get a little more money off of them, hopefully, and we still have to pay back the investment that we had on just getting the equipment going, right? So there's more to do. But for right now, we're done with this field. We can just say, sell it. We paid 63,000 for it, and we get 63,000 back. Same thing over here. Selling those 2 fields. What? 281. It took like a second to get the refresh there, but fine. And with that, we need to go to the next cornfields that we can harvest, which this one is the first target of that. And because we're already nearby, we may as well tell this one, hey, you're also a cornfield, we want you. And then number 13 is the next target. These are all next to each other, so there's no good reason not to just get them all done in one swoop. And then there are more fields. We have more fields that need to be harvested, which is 51 over here. 76, one could argue we can do that one right now. Why don't you? 117,000. We don't have the money for this one right away, but it is more on the way than the other ones. So you convinced me. We're going to sell this one. It's literally just this easy, and come back down to this guy, which we can now purchase. Yes, 117,000. Beautiful. So you guy, turn around really quick and get us back to where we were. When we get to that field, I will take the opportunity to talk about, well, workers a little bit. And we have arrived at the field. Well, one of the big complaints about the game in general has historically been the workers. And let's not sugarcoat this. Workers are, well, if you play by yourself, it is very important that you have those. What is this going to do if you don't work the headland? Yeah, no, we can't even change this to the thing that I want, and yeah, we can't skip that. So this is fine. But yeah, workers are what they are and always have been, and it's just, they're still stupid. It's what I'm getting at here. And I'm not trying to harp on the game at all. I think at times they are quite, look at those marks in the ground. At times they are quite pleasant to have around, and they are necessary to play the game by yourself if you don't have a big server or something else running. But the workers, there are several things that are currently, I would say, not ideal with the worker situation in general. The first one is this. The worker is, or everyone is required to do a headland. I think that is not very helpful. Why? Because I would not do a headland on every single field just because we can. Doesn't mean we should. That's the first thing, and that is fine. You want to see the second thing that's wrong? Let's wait until the corner and I'll show you that. So here we are. And to be fair, in this situation, a headland is probably very appropriate, and that is fine. You remember an episode or two ago when I was praising how the harvester actually decided to back up a little bit, and then because it knew it was going to do some turning maneuvers, it well, got into the edge of the plants there a little bit. It didn't do that in this case. I'm not sure what the criteria for that is, to do it or not to do it, but that is fine. And this turn, to be very fair, was relatively quick compared to the other turns that I had on the previous fields in some situations. And in those situations, I felt like it becomes appropriate to just say, hey, worker, go away. The problem is with worker go away, it pulls in the pipe, it turns off the machine. So I cannot just continue working. I have to turn it back on to do the thing that I was already doing, which seems completely amiss with the reason for why I have to turn off the worker in the first place. It's just, let me just do the thing I was doing. I'm not doing anything new. I'm not doing anything separate. I'm just turning around faster than what the worker is trying to do. And that just feels like, you have not completed your task, buddy. You still have not completed your task. Go do the thing. And that is disappointing. No, don't run into me. That is disappointing. Switching between workers and user should not turn off the machine and stop what it's already doing. I should just be able to take over the machine, because that delay in there feels completely unnecessary. I do appreciate that the worker seems to be going on the edge of the map not map, but on the edge of the field, and it's actually following the surroundings, which that is wonderful. The old workers did not do that. I'm pretty sure in 22 they didn't do that either. But there's more. there are things that the old games did do that someone decided to get rid of, which I'm not sure how that meeting went. It's just like, hey, you remember? People were able to just switch between machines and just continue doing what they were doing. Yeah, we need to get rid of that. That we can't have that, Johnny. All right, let's get rid of that feature and make it. Some people are going to make it a DLC. I think they're going to bring it back if enough people complain about it, or maybe they actually just got rid of it accidentally because they didn't update that part of the code and it was like a dependency somewhere else. That happens easily in software development, no question about that. But yeah, that is a mess. You know what is great though? I'm not going to make this pro and con thing, but there is something really great about running this with this truck. And we're almost full, which will be great. The problem is we're not going to run on the field for the moment, but when we could, I could show you something. The truck has a tremendous problem running, like getting started on the field when something is a little heavy. And I love that. That is amazing. That is super cool. That is exactly what I expect from this game. And it is just, yes, that's what I want. Like, there is so much feedback on the machine being heavy without, you remember the when they first brought in the like fill volume or something. It was called something like that. I don't exactly remember what it was, but something about fill volume. When it was too full, your vehicles could not actually pull the machinery anymore, and it was introduced a couple versions ago. I don't know when it was, but it always just felt like, yep, this machine is now overloaded and you can no longer drive it, or you can drive it like no speed. Now I get real feedback where it's actually just well, making it harder to move. It doesn't make it impossible to move, it just makes it harder to move, and it takes a long time to actually get started, and that I can very much get behind. Yes, I'm very aware that the trailer is full. I'm just trying to align the worker so that when I send them out again, it can do the thing that needs to be done. But I appreciate that because let's see what we can do here. If we get on the field, obviously it's a dry field right now. We're just stopping, and I'm trying to turn this way. It's just stuck, and can you see the ruts there? It's not significant, but it's enough. It's enough to make me feel like it's actually happening. That is awesome. And the truck is having trouble getting going. Great. It leaves tracks everywhere. Great. I can see the engine doing stuff. I can hear the engine doing stuff. That is great. I don't remember this from FS22, at least not the first 50 hours that I played it. So that was one of the bigger reasons why I didn't want to play it. But now it's doing it. The workers have partially better AI, but the working with workers did not get better. It got worse, in my opinion. But those are just a couple of things that will happen as you progress the game title that you had for a very long time, and there's nothing right or wrong about that. It's just the way it is. I'm pretty sure we didn't drive on here before, but that's an interesting. Where am I? Trying to get to. I'm in the wrong spot. I need to take a shortcut here. Let's go over here. Yeah, I do like that there are little paths next to every single field. I'm not sure that they're necessary absolutely everywhere, and now we are crossing... wow, we're actually getting stuck here. That's cool. Like, look at this. It's having issues. This is great. It would not have issues just by default, and I'm sure if I have a little bit of momentum building that up, I would also not have issues. It's already 12 o'clock. I'm actually stuck now. I think I am stuck. Okay, let's unhook you and see what we can do. I genuinely like this because now I have to answer a serious question to myself here. Do I try to get over that little curb again, which shouldn't be a problem for a truck like this, or am I just going to go around? Shouldn't be a problem. It's a big assumption here, really, because what do I know about trucks? How much are they able to carry and what they're supposed to do? Because all I'm really doing is trying to drive this thing on a virtual sandbox, and I'm getting feedback. That is all I was looking for on FS22. Give me some feedback of everything that goes on the map, and well, now I am. Now I am, and I'm much happier. And I'm also realizing I'm still not really going to exactly where I want to go. That feedback when you run into something with your trailer has always been there. Sadly, no damage model from that, but that is something for later. There are other physics simulator out there if you just care about driving. Mud Runner, Snow Runner, they're doing a pretty good job on the physics. I always shy away from calling it realistic. They're often doing a really... Hey, buddy, no, no, don't do that. I always shy away from calling games realistic because in the end, you will find some gaming aspects about the game, which is completely appropriate and completely valid, and you have to make compromises when you're building something virtually. There's no way you can get around that. It has to happen, it will happen, and when it does happen, you just have to decide, does this change the gaming experience? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, probably needs to be something done about it. If the answer is no, don't worry about it. The game is still enjoyable and it's still fine the way it is. So let's just continue with where we are. I am wondering if I cannot fill up the whole of the bunker here, if I can really just do about half full, unless I get a tractor and go drive on top of it. Obviously, I need a tractor, and I need my tractor to move. I don't believe... Oh, let's test that. My worker is currently not working. That is good. Our money is down to 36,000. Ignore that because you were buying and selling fields earlier that were completely unnecessary. But I wonder if we can use the drive to and from job to get a little bit of this done. I think there is a... Let's see, can we actually get up here? Yeah, tractor, you're doing great. Look at the ruts that we put in there. You're gonna get stuck in here, aren't you? Should I get an equipment to make this technically move a little faster? I don't think so, not yet. I am a little worried about the time progression. Jump over it. Yeah, it's a ramp. It's exactly what it is. I don't know if we can do this, but let's see if there's something I can do with this guy. Okay, buddy. If I put you here and say, create job, go to... I cannot loop. Okay. If I cannot loop you, then I can't do the thing that I wanted to do, which is totally fine. I won't be able to get on this hump with the truck, which was... We knew that beforehand. And I'm not sure that a truck can even drive on here once I have compacted everything. And I'm not really planning on it. I know that I can get double wheels on this tractor, though. Which... That'd be interesting, right? That'd be something that we can do. And there is some extra equipment which I should probably invest in because it should speed up the compacting of all of this once it's appropriate. Obviously, it's not appropriate yet, so let's just park you right here. Sorry for the scratch there. But, well, back in the day, auto drive, course play. That's what it was called. Course play gave you the ability to set up a course on your compacting pile, on your silage pile, and then just have a tractor drive back and forth on it all day while you were bringing in your stuff. That was cool. I'm not sure why the autopilot or the worker model cannot support that to go from one place to another place, or just record a path and take that, or make the job compacting or silage or something like that. I don't know. It feels like that is a relatively low-hanging fruit that someone could have just taken care of already, but obviously that has not happened yet. And we're just going to deal with what we have, which means at some point I will spend a lot of time going back and forth. And that'll be super exciting. And that is fine. Is there no path that I can go for you? No, there's a little path right here. Okay. That path goes to the soccer field, though. Are you sure you're supposed to go through here? No, I am not sure, but I want to see what we can deal with. There's a little shack. Okay. There's a little Probably more a bike path than anything else. Very interesting. So what I really have to do is take one of the other fields exits and well, use those to get back to the road, and that's fine. Look at the tracks, they're still here, and they have some feel to it. It is soft ground, it is not frozen, so every time I drive over it again, you're really just replacing the tracks or squishing them out and making new tracks. But that is totally something that I was looking for before, so I am very happy to see that is the thing again. Why? Where are you going? Don't back up the whole length of the field again. Please, do me a favor and don't do that. Where are you going? Are you just going to turn around in circles because I didn't put you perfectly on the spot that you wanted to be on? Is that what's happening? Why is your blade down? You are. Did I mention that the workers are not quite doing what I need them to do? Did I mention that yet? If I haven't, now I have. What are you doing? Are you going on that side of the field? Where are you going? No, come here. There's absolutely no reason to do what you're trying to do here. Buddy, you also missed a spot. Why would you leave that spot? Yeah. I don't know. At this point, I feel like the old worker model should just be a toggle. Be like, hey, instead of using the new fancy pathfinding that you have here, just use the old worker model to just go straight. That will be great. Just turn it back on. I'm sure they still have the code for that, or they shouldn't be that hard to integrate back into what they have now. But I would like that. I'm like, I'm in this spot, just go straight. Just go straight. I don't even care if this is straight. Just go straight. I'm gonna follow you. And then, like, turn left or right, depending on where the crops are. It would work right now. But that's fine. There's a lot more crops to harvest today, so how about we just get on with that instead of complaining about the workers and other things. It is about 6:30, and we're still on the same day. Nothing has changed there, but this is the last field we're gonna do. Our bunker is effectively full. There's a little bit more room left, and I did have to upgrade the tractor to A, make compacting a little faster, and B, give myself a chance to actually back up with this trailer onto that big heap of grass and chaff. But everything kind of worked out. Yes, the workers aren't perfect, they've never been, but in the end I was able to complete all of this in about 2 hours, which whatever that bunker holds, we're not full, but I think we're going to be like 60 or 70% full, which I think is quite reasonable. During that whole process, I feel like I've gotten stuck on the field with this truck several times, and I think that is exciting. That is worth mentioning because it's, oh look, the line's actually disappearing in front of me now. But that part, it just feels so right. So right. And that's what gets me excited right now to, well, just wanted to share that, okay? I know I've mentioned that a couple times now, but the game still feels alright. Once you have performance issues out of the way, they're doing what they need them to do. I don't feel like my computer is burning up. That is good. I know it's dark, and I know YouTube makes the dark even darker, so this is the last piece. We're just going to back this up onto the existing chaff. There you go. Hopefully you can see a little bit of that, but we are pretty darn full. We should be able to get those ruts that we already put into the grass and back up on the heap here really quick. But yeah, there's our tractor sitting next to us. Don't worry, I will show you what that looks like in the morning right now. And it is morning. This is our new tractor. I accidentally sold, well, the pusher. but I think we'll still be okay. If I do it this way, I much rather have the Stego Pro in the front than the back. I think that will make more sense and make it easier to actually navigate this thing. But yeah, that's how much chaff we have. The problem that I realized, well, I knew it was happening, but the problem that I found was this. There is way too much stuff in here. Do I need to put on my weight in the front? Otherwise it's not going to work at all. I'm not sure. Are we actually going to be able to push this thing? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of work, but honestly, after the first couple, it should be relatively friendly in terms of like being able to get back and forth. And right now, this is the problem. We're at compacting 5%. It's actually more than I had before. Whoa, this is what I need the pusher for. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Can we? Yep, that's what I wanted. I don't think putting that thing in the front is a clever idea here at all. Can we actually get out? If I lower this now, can we get out a little bit and up again a little bit? No. But at least it's pretending like it's compacting and doing something. I don't want to unhook it just yet. Give me another minute. We're going to put it on the back again, obviously. But I was hoping we can actually make this work without, you know, making a fool of ourselves. But I think that plane has sailed. And that's a ship. That will be a ship. You're right. Yes. Okay. Let's try this again, but with the thing on the right side. And then there's a big old gap in a location that is not making this easy. But that's fine. But yeah, without a back weight, we're probably not going to move this thing with our little John Deere. And that's okay. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of compacting here. So, where's my money? We started with 250,000 in loan, and currently we only have 200,000 in loan. I sold all of the fields that we had, besides this one that I'm currently living on, and well, paid back whatever we could, so I didn't have to stay overnight, and well, lose more money than we absolutely have to on loan interest and all that stuff. So I'm trying not to be too stupid about my money. However, I do think that when all of this becomes ready to go, money is not going to be our main issue. It's more going to oh boy. Good thing we have all-wheel drive, otherwise we wouldn't go anywhere. But yeah, it feels like we do need, if I want to run that thing. Did we actually get stuck now? We did get stuck now. Okay. If I actually want to run this thing, I do need to get the weight that I parked at Walter's house. Otherwise, it's never going to work. I do appreciate this, though. I mean, I thought our tractor was relatively big in the grand scheme of things, but it's not big enough to actually do what we needed to do here, which is totally fine. I'm more than happy to adjust the things that need adjusting. Okay, let's just go get our weight. So we have a chance to do the thing that we want to do. Yes, we do have dual tires. Yes, I think they're weighted. Not 100% sure. They may not be weighted. But time that it took to fill that thing up, 2 hours, by myself, on this map. There are a couple more fields available that we could have gone to, maybe 2 or 3. But as you can see, there are already a couple flurries in the air. So it is getting cold outside. I haven't had to, or haven't gotten to, experience any rain on the fields with the truck. I would have really liked to see that. But I'm sure we're going to get there soon enough. Excuse me, lady. Don't walk in front of a tractor. I mean, seriously. So that will all get exciting in appropriate times. But for right now, gee, guy, I do understand that I picked a very, very large weight for purposes of while doing the logging, but the wheelies that this thing is already popping with me, not cool. But yeah, we're just going to finish I will finish compacting the soil, and then we will sell this when prices for silage are supposed to be good. I have no plans on selling it too early. Anything we need to purchase before then, or need to do before then, we can do with leased equipment. I don't think that's the end of the world. It's not ideal, but it is what it is, and at some point we just have to play the game with what the game gives us, and that should be totally fine. Can you go backwards now? Yeah, you got it. Good job. Come on, just hook onto that. Now we're cooking with gas. Beautiful. I'm pretty happy about this. I hope you are too. Again, I will continue this, and I will see you next time. Backwards or the reverse gear is a little slower than what I would like, but we'll figure it out. Yep, see you next time. Bye-bye.